find something that you're passionate about, that you have some knowledge about. Where does that fit in the world?
Yeah.
So, maybe for you, it would be something around podcasting.
Can we talk about it a little bit?
Sure.
Phil Phails for you.
What would be something that you think you could go out and talk to people about that would provide a change
Value.
or an impetus for them to do something?
Man, I want to be the best person I can be.
Okay.
And I want to showcase that journey to folks, to give them a roadmap to it. That's what the show is.
Okay.
I invite people on that are mentors that have a skill or a quality that I would like to learn or embody or be inspired by. And
Okay.
I just want to be the best person I can be in mind, body, and spirit. The show's kind of about mind, body,
Right.
and spirit. So
Right.
it's at the end of the day, I just want to be the best Philip I can be. And I want to inspire people that watch this to be the best X, insert your name here, that they can be.
So where did that start? How did that come about?
For me, man, I'm a seeker because I had a pretty challenging childhood. I'm neurodivergent, and I had just a lot of struggles figuring out how to fit in and a lot of thoughts of not being able to fit in.
Okay.
And I think that's a good question. Where did it start? I want to be the best dad I can be for my daughters. I realized at a certain point that I had patterns of behavior that I thought were not only like not helpful, but could be harmful. And so I wanted to increase my awareness of those and then change those.
How old were you when that started?
Oh, goodness.
Those thoughts, give or take.
Probably, I want to say a young age, man.
Okay.
But it was when I was older. I was a late waker-upper. Is probably
a lot of us are.
I probably woke up in stages. One of the stages was when I got divorced.
Okay.
When I got divorced, that was one stage. It's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yes.
Like as I got more resources and could develop and dedicate time and attention towards areas, I noticed a ton of opportunities for growth in those areas.
Yeah.
So once I had enough food to eat, then I would be like, oh, okay, well, how are you communicating? How's your fitness? How's your parenting? So all of that I think I started doing a lot of therapy and a lot of those things maybe about 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. So
Okay.
I'm 48 now, so probably around 30,
Okay.
36, 38,
Okay.
somewhere around there.
So you started thinking in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are a couple of things that you do now that you're very cognizant of and very specific about, intentional about, to become the best Phil that you can be?
Oh, yeah.
What are a couple of things that you do? Just what are some of those?
I couple movement, which is medicine, with community because I love people. And I think it's important to be around people that have shared values and shared goals. And if I pair my fitness lifestyle with community, then both of those things are enriched. Both of those things have more excitement.
Well, because you ride.
I ride
bicycles,
bikes. Yep,
right?
I ride bikes.
And you swim.
I do some swimming.
So I've seen those things.
I work out with the guys at the gym.
Okay.
With a group that I work out with pretty much 4 days a week.
Okay.
And so
community.
And then I think a mindfulness practice has been really important to me, which is like a present moment. Like I try to give my attention to this right here, to be really present. And that, for some people, for you, that might have been something that was natural. For some people it is. But for me, I was locked into patterns. I was locked into just like default things. And the past and the future, and either being anxious or ashamed or whatever, guilt, all those things. So it took a dedication to mindfulness, to present moment, to being here now. So that's something that's been really important.
Okay. So going back to how do you get to present, right?
Right.
So could you, and maybe you've thought about this, but maybe not, could you envision a presentation, a speech of some sort that you could impart your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience to affect change in an audience? Could you envision, and you may not have written the speech yet, or maybe there's one already in your head, but could you envision a time where you could get up in front of people and present those types of things, right? Maybe even expand it, but to an audience, give them something that they could say, wow, yeah, I feel you, Phil.
Yeah.
And that I can do that one thing. Could you imagine something like that?
Yeah. I could. Yeah, I think it's an extension of this, only
you're the one interviewing yourself almost.
I'm almost collecting all the people I've spoken to that have enriched my life and then sharing the outcome of that. That's kind of what it would be.
Okay.
It would be like, what happens when you find a ton of mentors of a bunch of diverse domain knowledges and then kind of let them influence you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm the result of that.
So now you have to really start like digging deep into all of that. And then you have to figure out who would be interested in hearing that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm guessing you would say everyone.
Well, it's probably going to be self-help minded people, right?
Right. It's good for everybody.
It is good.
But who would be interested? What organizations are out there?
What organizations?
Maybe it's a Chamber of Commerce. They've got a diverse membership group. Maybe it's a Rotary Club.
Ooh, I didn't think of that.
Maybe it's a VFW. Maybe, start Googling ChatGPT. Get on there, go, here is I don't know if you use AI or not, but.
How can you not?
Right? And so you can put in a prompt that says,
it will spit out
here is what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And put in as much information. What organizations might be interested in hearing about this?
Yeah.
And it'll go, here you go.
That's right.
And then you can then narrow down that question some more, going, okay, what about, let me change it up, because it's going to give you some things you go, well, that's not really what I'm looking for. Let me give you more specifics, right? And just go through AI, whichever one you use, right? It's not the end all be all, but it's a great tool.
You're giving me some homework now, which I like. I like when the mentors and folks come on here give me homework. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So part of it is develop the speech.
At least the concept. You don't have to have the whole speech down and ready to go.
When you develop a concept, is there like a framework you use?
No. I am I think I'm undiagnosed ADD.
No way.
Probably.
Are you kidding me?
Probably. I think most of us are.
Everybody who sits in that chair
says that.
Well, almost everybody. I tend to attract. I don't know if there's a sample bias with people that are willing to come into my home and talk on camera, but
so like if I have an idea or a concept, I'll throw it in ChatGPT, or I'll write myself some notes, or I'll do a combination,
with the robot.
And just because I've kind of got my framework now,
right,
of this public speaking, right?
You've developed that concept,
right?
But for me, it would be the why. Maybe I dig into my why,
what and the why
and my purpose. And then maybe think, what do I want them to walk away with? That'd be a good. I think it's just little mind exercises.
Yeah.
If I was at this event, listening to this person, what would I want to walk away with? Mm-hmm. And then almost reverse engineer it.
Yes.
I want them to walk away thinking it'd be helpful for me to invest in practices blah 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 blah. Right.
So mine is public speaking,
Yeah.
right? And
Go
that's
try
a big,
public
that's
speaking.
huge. That's
Yeah.
huge, right?
It is.
So I can then take that. And so, for instance, this luncheon, there's a specific need that when I spoke to the executive director, I had a conversation. I said, let's talk because I want to know what's going to be best for your membership. How can I provide something valuable to them?
Yeah, yeah.
And she would say, they want to be more comfortable in speaking with not only their customers, but vendors that they work with and internal colleagues. And so having communication skills, and a big part of that is networking. So when they have networking events, a lot of people don't do it well. They're like, they just stand in the corner or they talk to the people that they know.
Yep.
And how do you make that better, not only for the individuals, but for the membership and for the organization as a whole? Because the organization is built on networking. Like, I don't do that, but I know somebody else that does.
So it's servant led.
Yeah.
How do you add value to these people?
Right.
How do you add value to the organization? It's servant leadership or servant.
So for yours, it's what could you provide? What's the overarching, what's the one big thing? And then how would you do that? How would you teach somebody some of these things in a 30-minute to 60-minute, depending, the circumstance and who it is and the audience and all of those things we've already talked about. And then who would benefit from that? And then how do you go about saying, okay, I want to talk about mindfulness, right, as part of this bigger picture, and how it's impacted me, what I've learned along the way in the past 8, 10, 12 years, what I've learned from some of the people that I've interviewed. I've interviewed so many people on my podcast. And let me tell you about a couple of the people that I spoke with that really impacted how I thought about mindfulness.
Yeah.
I talked to this one woman who...
You get into story.
And then you get into the story. And how I met her was... And I asked her if she'd be willing to come on my podcast. And that podcast was one of the best ones I've ever done. And it did not go in the direction I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Right. And so you tell the story about what this is. But at the end, what is it that they can take away from this story? And it had to do with mindfulness, where we were talking and I just went, wow, that's the nugget right there.
Yeah, the nugget is,
and now you talking to your
try
audience,
mindfulness or
whatever.
These
right?
are some avenues to find mindfulness,
And I never thought about it that way. And wow, that makes so much sense. And I encourage you, if you would like to think about mindfulness because it will do this and this and this for you, try this one thing for the next week.
Yeah, give them
see what it does. Just
a takeaway,
right? And so you need to find, what is the thing that you're going to be so comfortable and passionate about that you can give, you can just give away freely to people?
Yeah.
Even if you get paid, you're still giving away the information, the knowledge, the experience, the skills, right, to the audience. And what can they take away and do with it? And then look for places that, and then we'll work together and we'll get you polished up for wherever you're going to do this.
Oh man, that'd be fun.
It would be so cool.
I think it'd be cool too.